Of course, have no fear, Thou, your instructions will be followed to the letter, so to speak. I was explaining then that Moses was born in an Egyptian military family. His father's name was Lathos. Until the age of 10, Moses played often with the Hebrew children. A pretty and amiable child, he was popular with the Hebrew mothers who indulged him with offerings of sweets. In turn, they won his heart, and he came to love his Hebrew friends like brothers. This is why he was incarnated, of course, but you must realize that, after having seen his life as Moses flash before him, and after accepting to live that life, all details of it were erased from his memory. He passed through what certain Nagas have called the river of oblivion. This happens whether one accepts or rejects a possible reincarnation. Of course, there is a reason for it. If, for example, you remembered that, around 40 years of age, you would lose your wife and two cherished children in a car accident, and that you, yourself, would be confined to a wheelchair, the knowledge could tempt you to take your life rather than face up to your troubles, or it might lead you to behave badly in others' face. So, the film is erased, in something like the way you wipe a tape recording. Occasionally, by accident, the machine does not erase everything, and you can hear brief portions of what should have been erased. Of course, my analogies are fanciful when I speak of films and tape recordings, but I hope they give you an idea of what I am trying to explain. In reality, the process involves electro-photonics, which mean nothing yet to people on Earth. This, in fact, occurs often in the films that the higher self shows to an astral body, which is why most people say, on several occasions in the course of their lives, I have seen that before, or I have heard that before, and they know what the very next action or word will be. In English, people call this feeling déjà vu. Yes, I understand well what you are saying. The strangest such experience that I have had was when I was in French Equatorial Africa. I was in the army and we were on maneuvers about 600 kilometers from base. We were approaching the Chad border and I was standing with other soldiers in the back of a troop carrier facing the road. Suddenly, I recognized the road as if I'd been there just a fortnight before. I was as though hypnotized by this stretch of road that ended with a right-angled bend. I recognized the road. However, I was also sure that, around the bend, I was going to see a little straw hut, all by itself, sheltered by a mango tree. I was increasingly convinced that such would be the case, and, when the truck took the bend, there it was, a lone straw hut beneath a mango tree. And then, it was over. I recognized nothing more. My face turned white.